Just want to start off this video by saying I apologize for taking this long. If there's anything I've learned from my past video, which was completely irresponsible of me, it's to not react right away. A lot of these things and accusations that you're hearing about are getting mixed up with the Tyler situation, when in fact a lot of my mistakes happened 2 to 3 years ago. Towards the end of this video, I will briefly mention the Tyler situation as much as I feel comfortable sharing in respects to our privacy, as it is very personal and there's a lot of things and details that you guys aren't aware of and probably will never be aware of. Also want to mention there will be cuts throughout this video to make sure it's short, concise, and to the point, and to take out any dead space, likes, etc. And to start things off, my last video. So a little while ago, when this whole drama sparked, I was getting really emotionally involved, too emotionally involved. I mean, my tweets, everything regarding the situation, it was irresponsible of me, it was immature. I have the responsibility to hold myself accountable, which I should have done from the get-go and not posted that video. You know, I want to apologize to the community, to Too Hype. It sparked this whole thing. This whole drama, one way or the other, is my fault. I need to stop. I need to do better. I made the choice to delete it, knowing that I would look bad, the group would look bad. That video just shouldn't have been uploaded. I said in that video that everyone left the group when in fact they were kicked. And that was one of the main reasons I deleted the video. That's just me making the same mistakes, being reactive, emotional, off impulse, not thinking things through, just going on the internet, crying, playing the victim card, when I should just be owning up and taking responsibility. All of this is petty. I need to do better, and I need to lead by example. I keep blaming other people and finding excuses. You know, I love holding others accountable, but I can't even hold myself accountable. And it's time I change. You're probably looking at this situation and seeing all of these videos and really don't like me. And to be honest, man, after watching all those videos, I wouldn't like me either. But unless you were there in the moment, you really just don't know. And like Cash said, you hear one perspective, the other perspective, and then there's the truth. I'm just going to talk about what I think matters in this whole situation, as a lot of it has been said through the other members, so you guys can go get a little more context there. Now, I made quite a few mistakes a couple years back, and one of those mistakes was the 2Hype audition, which is an idea that I presented to the guys in the old 2Hype house to, you know, announce a new member. It wasn't until a month later that I made the choice to just not do it anymore, as I did start to feel that expanding 2Hype wasn't in our interest after talking with all the guys. And that's when, you know, the lack of communication started to come about. And that is my fault. I should have communicated with TD and Walker a lot better throughout this idea. And I did feel bad. I did not think through this idea. And I want to just take time to apologize again to the fans who auditioned. I really appreciate the time that you took out, and I'm really sorry for presenting this opportunity and getting your hopes up. Again, that's my fault. I really do apologize. And now on to the phone call. I don't know who or what, how it was recorded. Doesn't matter. Just a fun fact, recording a private conversation is actually illegal in the state of California, as it is a two-party state. Therefore, everybody in the call or a private conversation you may have with somebody, they must all consent to be recorded. And I, for one, have never consented in any of these leaked phone calls. I think just in general, it was a poor choice of handling this situation of moving forward without TD, Los, and Mal. It was a group decision. I will admit we should have handled that situation a lot better, where we all just come together, hash out our differences, any personal differences that we had, discuss why we made the move. Now, I don't want to get into too many personal details about this phone call. It was straight to the point. Everyone talked, including me, Zach, Cash, James, Jesse, and Tyler. Now, the reason why I didn't react to this leak is because I meant what I said, but what I meant didn't follow up with everybody else based off the reaction that I'm seeing. What we meant was share your side, share your story, speak up, so we don't have to speak for you. That's all that was. But to be honest, I could see why it put you guys in a tough position, given that it was our choice and our decision to move forward without you guys, and that we did kick you, and we should have took the responsibility of making it more known that we kicked you guys. And no matter how negative it would have impacted us, you know, TD, I wish you had come to me a lot more after the fact, especially given that our situation was a lot more personal. I sent you a whole novel, man, of apologizing and trying to explain how I felt, but it would have just been better if we just met up, talked it out. I understand that we have our differences and our own beliefs, but man, I really think this all could have been resolved if we just took the time man to man and just expressed ourselves then and in the moment. Now, I did spark a lot of this, and I want to apologize to Walker for referring to him as TD's friend. How we're using our platforms to tear each other down just isn't the move, and I'm sorry for starting that. TD and Walker, they have a good dynamic. They make great videos, so you guys should just go check it out for yourselves. This whole drama stuff that we're doing isn't necessary. If any of you guys, we have any more issues, we all agree to just talk this out. I'm going to leave his link down below. I'm also going to leave Walker's. Now, Los and I, we have a pretty long history. I messed that up. I broke our trust due to the actions and the words that I said about him behind his back. There's no excuse for what I said about him. It was completely wrong. I talked to him. I tried to apologize. I thought we made amends given this past year. And I'm sorry for getting emotional and bringing all this back up. I can watch one video, dude, and I forget about all this. We shared a moment, dude. I'm never going to forget. And regarding the public statement of kicking Los out of 2Hype, we should have handled that a lot better. I should have handled that a lot better. And the way I told people to not fuck with Los, I understand that then, and I've grown from that, moved on in that kind of toxic behavior. I'm sorry for any friendships that I got in between of because of that, and I just want to move on. I'm not expecting anything from you. I'm telling you and the fans that I'm moving forward, and I wish nothing but the best to Los. I've always believed in him and his career and what he's doing, and there's a reason he's a top streamer, as I'm gonna now move on and try to be the greatest I can be. Not just online, but just a person. Now, this Tyler situation, he's gonna say what he wants about me. I know the truth. Him and I spent the most time together in the group, especially after Jesse bought his house. There's just a lot of personal details. Tyler does matter to me. He still does, even through all this bullshit. There's just a lot of personal details and things that I just don't want to go into other than just, Tyler, I miss you, bro. And to set the record straight, we don't want to sue you, bro. We're just trying to settle this offline. I have no clue what your plan is. I have no clue what your motive is. None of us do, including the people that you're cool with. Everything that you've expressed to us that you wanted, we gave to you. We just got to grow up. At the end of the day, I'm grateful for what we experienced. It is what it is. I have to live with it. It was from my own choices, my own mistakes, and I'm only responsible for my own actions. This whole drama has just been a learning experience for myself and the group. And to talk a little bit about the business side of things, we went into this and started the group channel not really knowing how it was going to turn out, how it was going to be, how we should do. We just only had our own personal experiences to go off of and just looking up to our inspirations. Our biggest inspiration, we've made that so clear, is FaZe, Sidemen, 100 Thieves. And about 100 Thieves, guys, you may think that it has to do with the bag. The main thing and the main reason why we went with 100 Thieves were the resources. So we wouldn't stress over things that cause these personal issues. When you get to a certain stage and a certain level, whether that may be on YouTube or whatever it is, you just have to take on more responsibilities. And when you have more resources, you have less responsibilities because those resources help you manage those responsibilities. It helps us not have so much tension, with us having to do everything. And it's like we have lives and responsibilities of our own, to which this deal has helped us just in ways that I can't even explain, that you guys watching probably will never understand or not understand yet. We worked hard for this. I know things in the past didn't pan out the way we expected, but we just have to accept it and move on. Been lying to myself about a lot of my insecurities, and I will be taking a step back from social media. I'll still be creating content like I love to do. 2Hype guys, we're not going anywhere. If anything, this has made us a lot stronger. Throughout these horrible, dramatic situations that are now coming to light, we've learned to communicate better. We've learned a lot about each other. We've learned a lot about the business. We're not perfect. We're going to continue to fail, but it's how we respond to that failure. And I think the way we responded to failure of our friendships should have been handled better. And now you guys can see it as a young, impressionable audience, what to do and what not to do. I hope you guys can take lessons from this whole situation when it has to do with friendships, maybe in the workplace. You might not like a coworker, but sometimes it's just best to be positive. And if you see a negative situation, just walk away. A lot of these things that I'm being claimed of doing and this and that, I just don't wish to entertain it anymore. I know it's entertainment for some people. I've been there. I've talked my shit in the past. If you guys have seen my content throughout the years, I was very toxic in my past. I just don't like that toxic side, and I want to get away from it, which is why I'm transcending into new content. I'm going to try something new this year. Still going to be posting group content, don't get me wrong. Basically been doing what we've been doing, but right now I need to focus more on myself so I can come back stronger and better. As negative as this situation is for me, I'm very thankful for it. It's taught me a lot. I hope you guys can move forward. At the end of the day, it's your choice not to like me, and it's your choice to continue to watch my content. Whatever your choice is, I respect it, and I wish you the best. Thank you guys. Happy New Year. See you guys again soon.